that up here. Because this is kind of my new addiction. This is the new thing that I do when I'm playing games and listening to podcasts and stuff. Or just like taking game breaks during writing sessions, is I'll load up RetroArch. Or actually, you know what? Just a second. I had some. Yeah, I need to refill my drink here, and I'll tell you about the game that I want to show off here. I thought I had some notes on this one too. Maybe I didn't. Whatever. It's not a super complicated game or anything, so I think I'll be able to describe it to you without notes or anything like that. I thought that's just the way RetroArch was. I've downloaded like 2 or 3 different versions of RetroArch, and they're all like this by default. I thought this was what RetroArch was, as far as I know. I mean, yeah, I prefer a mouse-driven interface rather than something with the controller, but yeah, this is as far as I know, this is always what RetroArch has been. Like, as far as I know, that is to say. So yeah, is that showing up all right? Yeah, it used to have an orange background, but yeah, now they just went like the full, PS route with it. So yeah, we're gonna load up Kirby's Pinball Land here. We're going to want to blow up the window a little bit too. Oh wow, we're going to want to blow up the window even more then. There we go. Is that showing up all right? Oh yeah, I haven't actually checked the stream yet for a long time. How's everything working out from like a technical perspective? Has the green screen been like on the frizz or anything? Everything's looking and sounding all right. I didn't forget to put the text box in the wrong place again, did I? Oh wow, it's actually not showing up at all. Chat box is not showing up at all on this one. Okay, we'll fix that in a moment here. So we go to... Oh god, Dashboard. Streamlabs has a new UI, and I don't like it. Or not really a new UI, but they changed the side menus, and I don't like it. It's still... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, I just need to disappear it, reappear it. That's all it took. Okay, so yeah, Kirby's Pinball Land. I guess, yeah, pinball is another one of those genres of games that it's like I normally am not crazy about it, but there's like the odd one that really does it for me. There was a NES pinball game. I forget what it was called. I owned it. I actually have a copy right here. I have all my old games, my old console games in my apartment right now because I'm selling them off on Kijiji. I think it was called Rollerball, maybe? But yeah, I like that one, and I like this one here, Kirby's Pinball. Yeah, so it's got kind of interesting format to it. It's got three different boards, and every board has 3 different levels to it. Or 3 different layers, I should say. And if you fall off the bottom, you know, each one, if you fall off the top one, you fall to the bottom one, and if you fall off the lowest one, then you're dead and you lose your ball. So yeah, that's Kirby's Pinball. I've basically explained it to you. But yeah, I really like the boards. They're all really well designed. They all have like cool gimmicks to them. The aesthetics are like really, it's like got a makes great use of the Kirby aesthetic. Some of them I like better than others. And yeah, it's basically each board or each section of the board will have a gimmick to sort of get you up top. Like on this one, you've got to hit those, I think those stone-faced guys are called Kabu. And so if you hit all those guys up in the corners, that one in the center will disappear, and then he'll pop you up to the next board. So every board basically just has a little task for you to basically undergo, and then you can get back up top. So yeah, now he's gone. Gonna be able to slot in here, time this right, and we fucked it up. And we fucked it up hardcore. Okay, but thankfully you get it's sort of a nice pinball game. You get that handy little trampoline there if you mess things up. Although the trampoline gets smaller and smaller every time, and so the timing gets more and more strict to sort of save your ball when you fall down there. So it's somewhat forgiving, but it kind of needs to be because I don't know. At least I find that it's really easy to lose balls in this game. Maybe the flippers are spread more far apart than a lot of other pinball games, but yeah, it seems to me like I lose balls a lot more often in this game than in others. So yeah, you go on the top layer, and there'll be some sort of task for you to undergo. So yeah, you hit those mushroom guys, and then that pops up the warp star, and then you go to the boss. So it is actually kind of like a stage-based level progression type game, and if I beat Wispy Woods here, it'll basically clear this board, and I'll move on to the next one. I have not... This is actually a pretty challenging game, so I've not actually beaten it yet. From what I understand, you go to like a final boss fight against DDD if you clear all 3 boards in one continue. But I've come close to it sometimes. In fact, I have beaten all 3 bosses. I've done it. I've done it where I've beaten all 3 bosses before on the same life, like without getting a game over or anything. But like I fucked it up, and basically after you beat the boss, you've got to grab the star rod. Like you beat the boss, and then the star rod appears, and you've got to grab it. So I beat all 3 bosses, but I fucked up the flippers going for the star rod. So I ended up falling back down, and I had to get back to the boss chamber to grab the star rod, and I game overed on the way back to the boss chamber to grab the final star rod. So yeah, I have not actually fought DDD yet playing this game. I thought that would hit him. Get him! He's gonna... before he ducks back down. But I've certainly noticed that some boards are a lot easier than others. Or like some of the challenges on certain segments of the boards. Like this one up here is probably one of the easiest ones. Like yeah, Wispy Woods is probably the easiest boss to get through. I think that was a misfire. I think whoever hit that hit the wrong buzzer there. We'll wait and see if he buzzes again. Huh, that's weird. I'm not expecting anyone. Like, my parents are the only people who come by here, and they're out of town. Unless it's... I've actually got a friend who lives in this building, too, so maybe he forgot his key or something. If he buzzes a 3rd time, I will, let him in, but... Flip! Shit. The thing is, it is a high-score chase, from what I understand, because after you beat DDD, it just loops back to the beginning. It unlocks all 3 boards, and then you just go through it again. So it's on an infinite loop, basically. So you are basically playing for score. But, you know, it's got level progression to it, which I think is really neat. I think they did a really good job of, like, making a Kirby pinball game. And it's really impressive, just from a technical perspective on the Game Boy, too. Like, a lot of Game Boy games I've played have technical problems from what I've seen, like issues with frame rate especially, and like wonky physics and stuff. And this game seems really solid on both fronts, which is strange for like a pinball game. You'd think that, yeah, Game Boy games, wonky physics, frame rate issues. You think that like a very graphically impressive and like a pinball game like this with full pinball physics would have issues with the hardware, but yeah, this is runs solidly as far as I've seen. You get the occasional bit of slowdown, but not that often, really. Yeah, this is like a legit, really solid pinball game. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. It doesn't amount too much. There's not too many objects on screen at the same time, which I bet you is like big savings there. But like a lot of Game Boy games are like this, though, where it's like there's just like not a lot going on screen at a given time. Oh, we missed the bonus stage. So yeah, but all of the shit, I hate those gutters there. Actually, even starting from basically the first time you miss. Like the first time you fall off the bottom, like it'll basically after you. Okay, this one I'm very okay. Oh wow, I actually hit it. So like pretty often I'll actually miss the save after the first drop. Like or the first one's really easy. Like the first time you lose your ball, it's really easy to get it back by just hitting the button when the trampoline goes down. But basically after your first freebie, all of the others are actually pretty specific with the timing. Like, I will often fail at my second attempt at a save. But yeah, all the boards are kind of structured similarly, where you've got, like, some kind of big enemy in the center at the bottom that you've got to make disappear to move up, and then there'll be a warp star too, which is the way that you can switch boards if you want to. Okay, let's try this again. Fuck! Oh! I thought I was gonna miss that. I think this goes away if I wait too long. Come on. There we go. So that's the way that you, yeah, pop out of there by doing the Kabu challenge. The slot machine challenge is actually kind of the most annoying one, I think. Basically what you need to do is you need to line up 3 Kirbys in the slots, and then so yeah, every time you go up across the top there where it says slot, you'll start the slot machine. And then that'll get the reels going, and then you'll get some kind of prize pop out of the holes, depending on what matches you get. Oh, we got a warp star. Okay, so yeah, this is just the way that you change boards. So yeah, now we can go over to one of the other ones, and you'll see just how similar they are. So yeah, kind of a similar structure. So yeah, you got the lower board with some kind of Kirby enemy that you have to defeat to sort of bump you up top. You've got a second tier, where it's like some kind of giant Kirby that does something for you. In the last one, it was the slot machine, and this one is the umbrella guy with the cloud. Yeah, that was a fuck-up. I don't even know if it's possible to save it once it gets that small. So it's like, basically, you can miss 3 times before you are guaranteed to lose a life. That was actually a pretty reasonable... So yeah, that's a really good high score right there. My next highest score is like less than half of that. Ooh, that was a bad start there. Scarfy here is actually pretty... Fuck you. Scarfy there is actually pretty easy to deal with. All you gotta do is just hit him a bunch of times. This is actually one of the tougher boards, I think, in my opinion, though. Just because Scarfy's, like, right there in the center, and he tends to kind of, like, spike the ball down in between the flippers, which is really annoying. And then you've got, like, those kind of, like, loop-arounds on up in either top corner. You can like get up a lot of speed going through those, and then the ball just kind of gets out of control. So yeah, this is probably one of the most dangerous, yeah, probably the toughest board in the game, I think. Especially once you get down to the bottom here. Oh yeah, it's also got a weird gimmick with the warp star too. And then once you do get him, you got to make a very specific shot to even get up there. Like I need to hit the Scarfy in the center. But the other 2 are in the way, so it's like, what the fuck? Okay, now I've done the warp star. Warp star nullifies the enemy. Okay, there we go. And actually, so if you don't want to go to another board, which I don't yet, and that's kind of the convenient thing about warp star, I can just go back to Krakow, and then the warp star will take me up to the 2nd tier. So it's just kind of another way to get up to the 2nd tier. So yeah, the challenge with this one, rather than being like a random slot machine, what you gotta do here is you gotta hit that cloud up top 3 times. You want to hit the cloud 3 times to turn it into a rain cloud. Oh, or sometimes you get lucky and it just like bounces the ball up there and you don't even need to deal with the challenge. There we go. So that'll cause it to rain on Kirby. Then he's going to get an umbrella. Now that he's got that, yep, you can pop yourself on the umbrella and shoot yourself up. So Tier 2 is actually really easy on the Krako board. And then now we get to fight Mr. Shine up there. Or at least we would have if I hadn't fucked everything up. But yeah, this game is just so addictive, and I really love... And it's got, like, the great Kirby music, and, like, it does a really good job of, implementing all the enemies and everything. And it's really challenging, too. Like, I've come so close so many times. Like, a few times I've done it where I've beaten 2 bosses and failed to get the 3rd. And I've done the one time where I beat all 3, but fucked up the Star Rod. But other than that, though, I've played this game, like, dozens of times, and I very rarely am I even able to beat, like, one boss. Fuck you. Damn it. So this is gonna be a bad run, I can tell already. A good high score for me is, like 6, or maybe 7 or 800,000. I think it's 500,000 to get in the top 10, the way I've got it right now. I'm surprised that it has battery save on the high scores in this game, too. Like, a lot of 8-bit games don't have that. Especially, like, yeah, NES and Game Boy games. Like, Tetris, I don't think, doesn't have, like, a battery save for your high scores. This game does, though. It's kind of funny how difficult this game can be sometimes, though, which is weird, because that's not... You don't usually associate, like, high difficulty with the Kirby series in general. Although when you think about it, like, the Kirby games are like, you know, games for little kids. Like, you know, Kirby, he's shaped like a friend. He's, yeah, friend to children, and all of that. You get, like, the Japanese ads that have, like, you know, kindergartners with the highest-pitched voices and everything. Oh, come on. Bounced off the stupid tongue guy there. Oof. Yeah, I just don't know what to do sometimes when it just goes between the flippers. It seems like they're maybe spaced a bit too far, or maybe I just suck. I probably just suck. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but the Kirby Ball games have actually always been really challenging. It's almost like another like subgenre of, or a sub-series of Kirby games where you've got Kirby and then you've got Kirby Ball. And like Kirby is for children, but Kirby Ball is fucking hardcore. Kirby Ball will fuck you up. I'm talking... Fuck! You fucking kidding me? Okay, that was Ball 3 right there. Yeah, that's pathetic. 300,000. We'll play the other board. Actually, I'll probably just keep going. Like, basically, yes, going with the new lifestyle and changes and whatnot. I don't ever want to stream after 10 o'clock. I'm gonna make that a hard and fast rule from now on. So I got another hour of Kirby Ball. Kirby Pinball right here. And I think that's just what we'll do, is we'll just Kirby's Pinball for another hour right here. I'll show off the 3rd board, and then we'll just cycle through and see how good we can get. Oh yeah, you can try to use the flippers to flip into the board that you want, but I prefer to just use the cannon. It's way easier and more reliable. So yeah, the one here is... This is kind of a weird, disgusting thing right here. You got the baby bird Kirbys, where you got the one Kirby vomiting things out for the other one to eat. Which is, I don't know, just kind of... I guess that's kind of... I guess, like, just regurgitation and, like, spitting stuff up into your partner's mouth is a thing in the Kirby series, apparently, as of Superstar. So yeah, yeah, it's great that they've kept that tradition alive in Kirby's Pinball. So yeah, the gimmick here is you want to hatch all the chicks by hitting them, like I think it's 4 times, but you've also got to protect them from the Poppy Bros up top. If one of them gets to the bottom, he'll destroy your egg, and then you've got to redo it from the start, like is just about to happen now. Yeah, so I got to redo that egg. And then, one nasty thing too, which is what part of the reason that this game is so freaking hardcore, is it resets all the boards. Like every time you transition from one board to another, it resets it. So like, yeah, I'm gonna have to crack all of those eggs again once I get back up top. So yeah, the gimmick with this one, the way that you get up top, is you want to hit him so that he spits out. So yeah, you can see what he's gonna spit out based on the thought bubble up up there, and yeah, you want to get the squid. Oh, except, yeah, if you get a bad bounce like that, the other guy will eat it. You want to get the squid, though. The squid is the one that'll pop you back up top. Or if you get the star, and yeah, if you get like a crappy one out that you don't want, then you gotta get the other guy to eat it. Okay, that's good. We can get that, and yeah, he'll just throw us right up there. Hey there, Saturn Meteor. You are, yes, probably late for what you wanted to see. I have finished the last B-side of Celeste while you were before you got here, unfortunately. Yeah, we did Celeste. I finished the last B-side. It'll be up on YouTube, and yeah, I know the VOD's up here on Twitch, obviously. And if you don't see it on Twitch before it goes down, it'll be up on YouTube within like a day or so, maybe a bit longer since I got work for the next few days. Shit. Oh yeah, so Frosty right here is basically one of the easier... Yeah, in contrast to the Crackle board, which had the Scarfy segment that was really dangerous, this Frosty one is probably the easiest one to not get fucked over by. Because yeah, it's like a big open space. Frosty's like really easy to hit. And then yeah, he just pops you up like that, so you don't even have to time it. So you don't even have to make like the super difficult Scarfy shot like you did on the other board either. So yeah, it's like the easiest one to not die on, the easiest one to beat the challenge, to get back up top, and then the easiest one to time once you do fill in all those letters. In fact, if you want to rack up on a high score, I'd say probably start on the Poppy Brothers board right here. Because yeah, this is the one that's easiest to stay alive on. And it's got the great classic Kirby music too, so yeah, there's all types of things to recommend this board for you. Oh yeah, I was talking about the, yeah, fucking hardcoreness of Kirby Ball. So yeah, you got Kirby's Pinball, which as we've established, with the last pathetic showing, where I got a game over within like 300,000 points. Yeah, Kirby's Pinball, pretty hardcore. And then you have, what was the other one? Kirby's Block Ball, another Game Boy game, which is as opposed to Pinball, bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Hate the gutters. That's always annoys me when I play pinball. I always feel like I don't deserve it when the ball goes down from the gutters. Chantilly's? I haven't played it on stream, but I do own it, and I have played it. I'm almost positive I didn't play it on stream, but yeah, I did play Chantilly's. I did not care much for it, and I stopped again within that magical 2 to 4 hour window, where I'm not sure exactly how much I played of it, where it felt like it was like 3 or 4 hours, but it probably was not that long. It's kind of maybe yeah, like a very telling thing about a game where it's like you think you played it for a certain length, but you actually played. Oh come on, go through all the trouble there to fill in the letters, and then it just wasn't even necessary. I want to get the bonus star up here. So yeah, every tier 1 on every board has 2 ways to get out. You got the son of a bitch. Yeah, you got the warp star that can let you switch boards or move up to tier 2 on the same board, and you got the enemy where you can hit him, fill in the letters, and move up to the second tier. Second tier, you got some sort of giant Kirby that you can do something with, fulfill some kind of challenge to get flipped up top, but it also has a secondary, basically a hidden warp star you can get that'll take you to a bonus game where you can rack up a ton of points and increase your multiplier, which is the way to get like a massive high score. That's the way that I got like my whatever it was, like 1.8 million high score, was by just yeah, doing tons of bonus games and racking up that multiplier. Yeah, although the thing about this board, it's the easiest one to survive on, but the hardest one to get to the boss, because this egg challenge here is actually quite difficult. There we go! Yes! Okay, we get to show off. Oh, this is my favorite bonus game. Yeah, the squishy sucker right here. But yeah, Kirby's Block Ball is another, like, brutally difficult Kirby Ball game. And then you got Kirby's Dream Course, which is like the, yeah, Kirby golf game, which is also, which is like this brutally difficult, like, puzzle game, where you've got to make, like, precise shots and solve difficult puzzles and stuff. So, yeah, the way you hit the flippers here, it's A button for right flipper, and left arrow for left flipper, and every other button tilts for you. That's it. It seems to be, I don't know, I've never been an advanced enough pinball player to make use of tilt, even in real life. I knew a guy in college who was a big pinball guy, and you'd see him play, and he'd be, fuck you, chicken. And yeah, you'd see him just like rocking the pinball machine back and forth to try and maneuver the ball where he wanted it to. But yeah, I never know when to tilt or what to do with it, so I just mainly ignore it. Although its main function in these types of games is actually to, because yeah, unlike with a real pinball machine, you can't really like control the direction of your tilt. It's just kind of a generic shake. So yeah, you can't really like get any good momentum on the ball by tilting. What it's for is if the ball gets stuck, you can unstick it. And that's actually happened to me before in this game. I think one or two times I've had it where like the ball got stuck and wouldn't move. And so I had to tilt in order to like get it trucking along again. I think both of them were actually in the slot machine stage where it got stuck going along the slot reel up top. Almost there. Oh, Sonic Spinball is another, yeah, brutally difficult pinball game. I was so close to beating that as a kid. I got to the final zone, like, multiple times. I could consistently get to the final zone, but I never actually beat it. I don't think I even made it to the final boss, actually. Or I think I got into his chamber, like, once, and then I got, like, kicked back out almost immediately. Okay, this one's for... Oh, fucking... Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, and then once you go through all that, the star comes down, and it's not actually here for very long, and it's really easy to fuck it up. Okay, there, we made it. It was not going to stay out for very long. You've got, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 seconds to hit that star when it comes out, which is ridiculous. After all the work you go through, you can still miss the star. So the way the boss fights work is that they all have attacks that'll disable the flippers for a short period of time. Which is bad, but you can always disable their attacks somehow. Okay, yeah, then Poppy Brothers divides. And here's where things get difficult, because yeah, if you miss both the bombs, so you can cancel the bombs, yeah, but just by hitting them. If you get a good, no! Okay, that was good. Okay, so that's him down. So, yeah, Poppy Brothers is actually probably the easiest boss in the game. Yeah, I think I actually agree with you a little bit about the music, Mazewell, although I think the music in this game is actually great. I love all of it. But you're right that it does get a little bit repetitive if you're on the same board for too long. Although that's kind of what the Warp Star is for. You get bored of one... Get bored of one board and you just move on to another. Although actually, this music right here I never get tired of. This might be like one of my favorite tracks in the whole Kirby series. I never get tired of... In fact, even though it's the most difficult and the most, in my opinion, the most unfair... Holy shit. Yeah, even though it's the most unfair on the bottom tier, it's like everything else about the Krakow board is my favorite in this game. Tier 2 and Tier 3 are top-notch here, but I hate the Scarfy section. Oh, and look at that already! On our first ball, we're already, yeah, past our previous one. You get tons of points for clearing bosses, though, so, like, even if you're, like, score attacking this game, going for a high score, you're gonna want to, like, there's no board that's good... At least as far as I've found, there's no board that's good for, like, milking points or anything like that. I mean, some are better than others for that type of thing, but the best way to get a high score in this game that I've found is just go through and beat all the bosses. Either that or do bonus stages. I guess you could just farm bonus stages and get tons and tons of, like, multipliers. But the bonus stages are so hard to... and inconsistent to actually get to that I don't think you could make a consistent strategy out of that. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is the shot. Oh, hey, we got it! Okay, this is one where, yeah, you gotta flip the food up top to get Kirby to eat it. Although we're not gonna actually do that. We're just gonna deftly avoid all of the food. Yeah, we're just not gonna hit the food. We're just gonna hit everything but the food. Okay, there, and then he eats it up. Actually, the bombs, like, make him explode like that, but they're still worth points, weirdly enough, so... Or basically, yeah, basically what these bonus games do is you can see that little, like, multiplier in the bottom right. It's, like, basically free points you'll get at the end of your ball. Like, once you lose your life, that'll tally up. But if you manage to get enough of the points, you'll increase the multiplier, and that'll just, like, multiply all the points you get. I don't think we've ever gotten the multiplier past 1, but... Actually, you know what? This one up here is pretty challenging, too. You gotta fight Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. And they're pretty well protected. It's a fun challenge. This, again, is my favorite Tier 3 board in the game, but it is pretty difficult. Yeah, and now you gotta bust through all this shit to get to Mr. Shine. Actually, is this Mr. Shine or Mr. Bright? I have no idea which is which. He's the second one, so I'm just assuming he's Mr. Bright, actually. But yeah, basically you gotta hit each of them 3 times. I think we've got this guy 0 times. Oh, hey. Although again, just like with the chicken board, or the chicken challenge, the star doesn't fuck off! The star doesn't stay out forever, so you've got kind of a limited time to hit it before Mr. Shine comes back out. Get down there! Okay, there we go. I don't know what it is, but for some reason you seem to get different numbers of points when you hit Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. It's like sometimes you get 1,200 points and sometimes you only get 900. I have no idea why that is. Shit. Or actually, there was another Kirby ball game now that I think of it. The one on DS. Oh, I'm blanking on it. It's the one where maybe it was Rainbow something. It's like it's like Kirby's like rolling along as a ball, and you've got to sort of like draw the ground for him to roll down. It's like you're drawing rainbows that he rolls around on. Oh, I think it was Canvas Curse. Yeah. Canvas Curse was a really good one. Not quite as hardcore as the other Kirby ball games, but yeah, that was another good one. In fact, I don't know. It's a tough call to make, but I'd almost say that I like Kirby Ball almost as much, or maybe even as much, as I like regular Kirby. And this game just like cements that for me. This is like another excellent entry into the Kirby Ball series, because I love, love, love Dream Course. It's like one of my favorite like puzzle games from back in the day. And then I really like Block Ball too. Block Ball's a really fun time. Canvas Curse, like I said, really good game. And this one is an excellent game. I'm just like addicted to this fucking Kirby pinball game. And so yeah, it's just another fabulous entry in the Kirby Ball scene. What will they do with it next? It's got kind of a weird concept too. Like why, like Sonic Spinball, you can see why Sonic Spinball is a thing. Like Sonic rolls around in a ball and goes off bumpers in the Sonic games. That's like kind of a thing that he does. So it makes sense for there to be like a Sonic Spinball. But Kirby, like he's shaped like a ball, I guess, but he doesn't really like roll around. He's not a roly-poly ball, at least not in the games. He's more of like a puff ball, which you don't really, like a marshmallow ball, which you don't really associate with like rolling around and like pinball and that kind of thing. Although actually, now that I think of it, if starting in Kirby's Adventure, I guess, you got the ball power-up. I guess that was like kind of the origin of Kirby Ball right there. The ball, and yeah, the ball power-up in Kirby's Adventure, one of the more fun power-ups in that game. So yeah, there you go. In fact, if you include like Ball Kirby from Kirby's Adventure, oh, this is stupid. I actually hate that the game does this. Every 500,000 points. And the dances kind of progress and intensify as you go forward. It's like the more points you get, the more Kirbys you get on screen doing that little dance. I've actually been doing really good staying out of Scarfy territory on this run. Come on, we need to get up there. Fuck. That is the opposite of up there. Oh no. Okay, we're still good. I think I'm getting a lot better at hitting that trampoline. Like, it used to be that I wouldn't even get it. Like the second miss, I wouldn't even get it. Now we're going all the way to the fourth. Get up there! Get up there! Ah. Yeah. Still, score-wise, we're doing all right. I think we'll be in the top 10. Or actually, I don't even think it lists 10. We'll be in like the top 8, 7, whatever it gives you. There we go. Cool, nice little shortcut. And yeah, you got like the M tomato there to sort of like stick in the center, stop your ball from dropping down. You got like the little other health pickups on the sides there protecting the gutters. I actually have never figured out what causes those things to appear and disappear. I kind of wish I knew. I think it might be random or just like timed intervals. Oh yeah, one thing, yeah, the way that you get the M tomato at the bottom is by lining up these 3 Kirbys. They sort of cycle through different poses, and if you can get them all lined up on the brightest one, then you'll get your M tomato. It's kind of finicky and difficult to line up. Come on. Yeah, the positioning on that Scarfy is just so troublesome. Man, I haven't even... Kracko is the one boss I haven't even gotten to yet. I don't know, maybe Kracko's the hardest one to get to after all, because like I was saying, it was Poppy Brothers Sr., but we got to him fairly quickly and I beat him. Whereas we haven't even seen Kracko yet. But yeah, this has been my days. This has been what I've been doing. Ever since I moved in, and I haven't been streaming, this is what I've been doing. It's just playing this fucking game right here. I mean, you know, writing shit and listening to podcasts and playing this game. That's basically it. I've also been getting a little bit more involved with the local board game scene, I guess. That's actually taken a bit of my time lately. Organizing a Netrunner draft tournament. I actually went out to a Legend of the Five Rings tournament today. I actually won, which was really unexpected. Because I'm almost never out to play L5R, but yeah, I actually won it somehow. I mean, I know exactly how I won it. I played the most powerful clan using the most overpowered deck in the game, and that's how I won it. Fuck. Okay, that was a nice little freebie on Scarfy there to start things off. Oh, you know what? I just thought of this. We aren't playing Celeste anymore, are we? Kirby's Pinball Land. Actually, no, nobody's watching. Nobody's ever gonna look for Kirby's Pinball Land. Hardcore Kirby ball until bedtime. There we go. I'm not gonna do the seasides. I am just not interested. Not my kind of thing. Oh, had my button on the wrong. I had my finger on the wrong fucking button. What a way to end it. Almost up to 600,000, and we okay, we got just over 600,000, and I fucking ruined it by hitting B instead of A after I went out. Oh wow. High scores are higher than I thought. Yeah, what was I saying? Top 10. It might have been the top 10, but it only goes top 4. So yeah, we gotta get above 700,000. Okay, fuck it. I know I said I'm only going till 10 o'clock, and I've got a lot of time until then, but I will show you guys Krakow, even if it means being like a zombie, like a no-sleep zombie at work tomorrow. I will show you guys Krakow if it takes all night. That was just bullshit right there. Like, I don't know, sometimes the game feels like bullshit. But then again, I've seen people play on, like, YouTube and stuff, and it seems like they can, like, do things real consistent. Ooh, that was a good shot right there. Oh, I just hate being in Scarfy Town. This is, like, the worst. If every other place on this board, like Tier 2 and Tier 3 of What? Why? I could have saved that, but I was so distraught. Like, why did the M tomato just suddenly fucking disappear? Like, I was strategic there, and then it's like, oh, I don't want to hit it on the one flipper, so I'll let it bounce off the M tomato to go on the other one for a better shot. And then the M tomato just, like, disappears for no reason. What the fuck? I'm still so frazzled about it that I'm, yeah, fucking up. I should probably just reset at this point. That first ball, like, didn't even exist. I might as well just, like, start up on a new continue. Okay, let's go. I'm probably not gonna. I'm gonna keep playing Kirby Pinball, like during, you know, podcasts and just like as a, you know, break and stuff. I'm still enjoying this game, but yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of thing I'd want to play on stream like all the time or anything. So yeah, well, I'll keep this to an off-stream game, but I just kind of I've been really into this lately, so I kind of wanted to show it off for everyone. Get up there! Get up there! Fucking Gordo. Piece of shit. Oh, have I got a multiplier somehow? Oh. Get up there! Shit. Well, the thing about Scarf... Yeah, the other thing is that with Scarfy kind of in the way there, you're less likely to, like, get a good shot up to the other board without having to, like, do the whole Scarfy thing. It's like you're less likely to be able to get past him to the next board without having to deal with his shenanigans. What the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be the most pathetic run in a long time. Right through the middle. There, like a shot like that almost was. Or you, yeah, just get through. Get a lucky shot that just takes you right to the top. Without having to go through the whole fill-in letters nonsense. There we go. Man, I haven't seen Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright in ages. We are doing really, really terrible. Get him, get him, get him! Get in there, fucking Gordo. Fucking Gordo, every time. And now he's done. Now he's done. Right before I get in there, he's done. Give me the M, give me the tomato. Yes. Okay, let's get Bronto Burt. Yes. So yeah, the only reason I know all the names of most of the enemies is from playing Kirby's Avalanche. I probably won't stream Kirby's Avalanche ever, but if you play that game, it actually has like vocal audio. Like a dude will read out the names of the monsters when you fight them in Kirby's Avalanche, and they all have really silly names, and the narrator says them in a really silly way, and I love it. Where was the one for Bronto Burt? For Bronto Burt, he's all like, Bronto Burt! Only like more higher pitched than I can actually get. It's like, Bronto Burt! That's like completely different than I just said it. I don't know why I'm like annoying you guys with the annoying ass. Annoying ass impressions of the annoying ass to begin with Kirby's Avalanche voice acting. Maybe I will have to show it off someday. We were so close! Actually, we weren't. We didn't even get a single hit on Mr. Bright. Oh, and now he takes up the umbrella too late. There we go. Oh, hey, got the M tomato too after we don't need it anymore. Yeah, the tricky thing about this is that Kirby actually bounces off of those clouds like super hard. Like those clouds can just like spike it down for you faster than you can react. Same thing with the stars, really. Yeah, I think this might actually be the hardest Tier 3 challenge to clear to get to the boss. Nice. There we go. Hey! Oh, hey, we actually get to see him now. So yeah, we go through the 2 stages of Krakow right here. Stage 1 is actually not... It might be the harder of the 2, actually, now that I think of it. He's not doing anything right now, but if you leave him too long, he'll do this shit, where he basically just... Yeah, you can't hit him, you gotta wait for him to stop spinning his dealies there. And he doesn't stop him for very long. Okay, now he's going on to phase 2. He's gonna summon bats at you, which I think was an enemy from Kirby's Dream Land 1. Had those bats in, like, darkened areas. Or not Kirby's Dream Land, maybe Kirby, yeah, Kirby's Dream Land 1, I think, had the bats. No! Oh wow, that actually worked. Just, like, mashed like crazy, actually worked. Krakow is actually the easiest boss, in my opinion. That lightning, he says as he fucks it up less than a second later. But yeah, the lightning isn't actually that dangerous, and he takes so long to wind it up that it's not actually that hard to hit him out of it. Yeah, if I can get past the first phase, I usually win that fight. But yeah, I've shown off Krakow now, so we are not going to be stuck here past 10 o'clock, thankfully. Shit. If I had not hit the flippers there, I, like, moved the flippers at an angle so that it would pass through. What? That passed right through it! What is this mess? Okay, actually... Now that I'm in an apartment, I really should make an effort to not shout so much when I'm doing streams. It's probably better for you guys too, isn't it? When I'm not shouting and being annoying. Come on, get the Warp Star! Okay, fine, get the Scarfy. Not that one. The good one. Oh, not quite. I thought that was the shot, but it was not. Look at that, that would have gone straight through the middle. Okay, I think I've had enough of this Krakow board. Next time I get a Warp Star, I'm going somewhere else. We showed off Krakow. It's time to go somewhere else. I've actually kind of made up for our weakness with the first ball here on this one. This is actually going pretty decently. This is it. Oh, okay, he actually made it off eventually that time. But yeah, I've had it before where he just gets stuck permanently, and it's hilarious. Oh, hey, what do you know? It happened. Yeah, let's go back to Wispy then. Oh yeah, I was expecting Poppy to be cleared there, but yeah, that was last time. We game overed since then. Yeah, Slot Machine there is probably my least favorite Tier 2 board, just because it's so random. You can end up stuck in the Slot Machine for a long time, and it's set up so that it's like almost impossible to flip up to the top without going through the Slot Machine. And if you want to get up to the top by the bonus round, then you're still stuck playing the Slot Machine. It's just bad on so many levels. I mean, you're still playing Kirby's Pinball, so that's alright. Like, it's not horrible or anything, it's just random. And you can be stuck for... Holy shit! Did not expect to survive that. Ooh, that was a good shot. Oh, that's a super good shot. Okay, here we go. Let's actually stay up here for a bit longer this time. Ooh, that was a good shot. 2 for 1. Okay, we want to get triple Kirby's. Oh, and I think if you get 3 different things, then you get the UFO. Ooh, we're so close. Oh yeah, and when you can see the slots kind of blinking like that. You can hit the giant Kirby from underneath to basically shift to the slots. Yeah, just like that. To match the others. So that's one way to sort of force yourself to get what you want out of the slot machine. The thing is... Yeah, there was absolutely no way at that point. The thing is that the flashing slot shifts so rapidly that I've never found a consistent way to get it to line up like you want. Well, if we get another 350,000 with this ball right here, another 350,000 puts us on the leaderboard. It would be nice to get at least one, like, leaderboard-worthy run before I gotta go to bed. Killing Wispy would be a good start to that. Nope. Yeah, even apart from the slot shifting so fast. Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't even give you the one that you want. Okay, that'll keep us alive a little bit longer. Actually, this music right here, I don't think is actually from any Kirby game that I remember. Like, yeah, the music from the other levels is, like, actually from Kirby's Dream Land, but this one I don't recognize. It might be unique to this game. I'm not positive. But yeah, it certainly doesn't sound familiar, and all of the Kirby music is generally pretty familiar to me. There we go. Are you kidding me? He passes right over it. Fuck. There we go. Okay, back up top again. There's like a particular good shot you can get on the mushrooms where it's like you take out, or you can like hit all of them in one shot. Haven't been able to get it yet tonight though. Bonus stage! No. Fuck! Oh, I could have had it too if I hadn't missed that shot. Because, yeah, I could have gone in the right hole and then come out the left one before the star disappeared. Spiked down. And actually, the other game that I wanted to show off, that's probably the next stream that I'll do, is actually one that I kind of tried to do before. It was that frog game, Kaeru no Teme ni Kane wa Naru, I think it was. Or the English translated name was For the Frog, the Bell Tolls, which was another Game Boy game that got an English translation some years ago. I ended up finishing it off stream, and it was kind of a fun little game. So yeah, that'll probably be the next stream I do, is just a full clear of For the Frog, the Bell Tolls. The thing is, it wouldn't have been a good game to blind stream, because it's like kind of an adventure game, and there's a lot of like bumbling around trying to figure out what to do your first time through the game. But now that I know what to do, I could probably like do a good, clean, efficient run of it. That would be a good way to show it off. The Shantae HGHUE. I don't know what Shantae HGHUE is, but I'm familiar with the Shantae series in general. Oh, it's Half Genie Hero, Half Genie Hero. I know Half Genie Hero, but I don't know UE. Ultimate Edition? If it's Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition, then yes. By figuring out that acronym, yes, I have now heard of Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. But yeah, this is the first I've heard of it. I'll probably pick it up when it goes on sale. Yeah, Half Genie Hero is another one that's been on my wish list for a long-ass time. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, hey, that was nice. Worked out very well for us. Man, there's like no opportunities for me to take like take any sips of my wine playing this game. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Fuck. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Okay, Wispy Woods. Trick with Wispy Woods is just like spike it. Spike the ball as hard as you can. Okay, you want to... No! Okay. You just want to hit... I have never seen that happen before. Never seen that, like, little air puff attack even hit me. It's just, like, never even come close. Okay, whatever, we can just do it again. Just do it again. But yeah, generally with Wispy Woods, you can just hit the ball as hard as you can. Oh, wow! We're just like, this is the night of things that never happened, that have never happened before. Shit. Yeah, I have literally never gotten hit by that wind puff attack before. I didn't even know that it did anything if it hits you. Oh, hey. Cleared 500,000. Got to see the little dance. Oh, hey, good shot. So is Half Genie the Ultimate Edition then like one of those things where it's like people who bought the game early have to pay for extras that late adopters are getting for free? Because I hate it when games do that. Yeah, let's just like spend our time evenly between the boards. I think this is the one I was saying. It's like a nice, easy one to survive on. Oh, what if maybe we'll just clear it right away. Huh? Oh, no, we're not. Oh, we're totally not. Man, I just don't get when, like, the way to do it is like, Shovel Knight knew the way to do it. You give the early adopters everything for free, and you give the late adopters the same shit for a slightly higher price. Actually, yeah, Deus Ex did that wrong too, where the director's cut, you had to, like, buy the game again. It's like, oh, if you own the game already, you get a discount of, like, what, 80% or something. So it's like, oh, cool. That's what I get for being a loyal customer and buying your game day one. And yeah, that's part of the reason why I just never buy or almost never buy games like close to release anymore. It's just more economical. You get more stuff if you wait. I think this might be the most lucrative bonus game. Yeah, look at that. We got a 5 times multiplier now. On the verge of a 6. Ooh. Kind of making it happen here. Okay, what's it, like 2 or 3 more? I think it's 2 more shots on this one. 3. Okay, we saved it at least. Come on. Come on! There we go. Now we just gotta survive till the star gets here. Ooh, and that'll help us. Then we actually gotta get the fucking star. There we go. What is this? Poppy Brothers? God, we're gonna clear Poppy Brothers again. Ooh, good hits. These are not good hits. If he disables both the flippers, we're fucked. I think we might have him again. I think Poppy Brothers is the easiest board. No! Man, the bombs don't even disable the flippers for that long. No! Shit! I think it was 1 hit away, too. Fuck. Actually, Hollow Knight's an example of one of the games that does it right. Free DLC for Hollow Knight. Actually, so far the DLC for Hollow Knight, I've got to say, has been a little bit disappointing. Like, it's not as good as, just in the fact that it's not as good as the stuff for Shovel Knight. But, you know, Shovel Knight is kind of ridiculous in the value it gives you, so... I mean, it's free DLC, you can't really complain about it. It's just Shovel Knight has set the bar so high, it's like... no one will ever live up to it. Oh, he's got another hit. Fuck. Oh, hey, we're actually on the verge of our, it's happening. We're on the verge of our 700,000. No, this is it. We're gonna fuck it up right here. Fucking Gordo, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Yeah, Gordo is like the worst possible random draw you can get in pretty much anything in this game. Although weirdly enough, that's kind of the opposite of the way it is in like Smash Bros. So in Smash Bros. Brawl, I used to main DDD. DDD was the only character that I pretty much the only character that I played in that game. And with him it was the opposite. It's like you throw a thing at an enemy, and Gordo was like the best possible thing you could get. Or yeah, Gordo's like the black spiked ball thing. Keep them coming. And some of the YouTube videos I've seen of people playing this game, though, they're just like crazy good at some of these mini-games. Like, I've seen people who are like basically just getting goals on this guy, like all the way, like constantly, like every single time the ball rolls down onto the flippers, they get a goal. It's like both of those there would have been, that fell down the center, would have been goals if I were a skilled YouTuber. Although that was like a good, clean run right there. Like, holy shit. It actually happened. We were actually in the top 4 just from this ball alone. After a disastrous start, this is actually kind of working out for us. We haven't actually beaten a boss yet, but, you know, we came close a couple times. We were like 1 hit away on Wispy, 1 hit away on Poppy. Oh no, I wanted that to hit the center guy, and now we're fucked. Oh, we get to do it again. Maybe this is the best way to like farm points in the game. It's just because you can. That's the one bonus star that you can get kind of consistently, and there it goes. Oh well, I think we breached the top 4 with that. Okay, yeah, I think that shows off pretty much. That shows off as much of Kirby's Pinball Land as I've seen before, at least. Really impressive little game. Like, I'm really surprised at just how good this was. Oh, hey, we're not even... Yeah, we're even, like, number 3 in the top 4. Hot damn. Huh. The U and the V are extremely similar here. Honestly, all of these Jasus on the high scoreboard here read as Jasva to me. It's like the U looks like a V. It's only when you see them next to each other that you can really tell the difference. Maybe that's the way to do it. Yeah, we'll be Jasov. And then that's how we'll be able to tell that that's a U and not a V. And yeah, there it is. About 9, just about 0.9 million. Yeah, that's probably enough Kirby's Pinball Land for tonight. And, yeah, I think that's going to be the stream. Is that how my webcam's been looking this whole time? I do not like that frame rate. Thought I'd gotten like all the technical details. Oh, it says it's 60 FPS. I don't believe it, but whatever. That's probably as good as it gets. So yeah, it is good to be back. I am glad to yeah, have been able to stream again. I feel like this was a good time. I got to finish up Celeste, got to show off Kirby's Pinball Land, and next time, whenever that is, again, I don't know when it's going to be. We're not doing the scheduled times, scheduled day thing anymore. But whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna, yeah, do some more Game Boy, show off some For the Frog, the Bell Tolls for you guys. And, yeah, that's gonna be the plan. Yeah, it was really great that, yeah, everyone could make it out today. Pretty much all the regulars that I ever see in chat. Thank you, Saturn Meteor. Thank you, Maze Whale. Thank you, Elegant Frost, when you were in here earlier. And, oh yeah, what was the thing? It's been ages since I've done this. What was it? This thing? Oh no, I don't have the Nightbot active right now. I need to re-enable him. Or do I? Yeah, Nightbot isn't back. I'll have to fix that before the next stream. But it doesn't matter. Links in the bullshit and everything are down below. Links to my YouTube, my Twitter, all that. Twitter for notifications for when the stream goes live, and which is more important now since there's no schedule anymore. And so to compensate, I'm going to try to put those notifications up a bit earlier than I used to. Usually, like, at least 20-30 minutes before the stream goes up. And yeah, YouTube for like the old VOD archives. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you later.